Hello guys, this is Roger69501 and welcome to my channel. The comic that I'm gonna display, we all know it's from the 90s. What else is new? But this one is Superman Man of Steel, issue number 54. And it is Superman, the Man of Steel, and the Spectre. Check out that cover. Awesome, huh? I'll put it here. Okay. Let me put this here. Excuse me. Okay. This video is where I'm gonna give you my thoughts about the New 52 Future Ends. Check this out. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my thoughts about from issue number 1 up to issue number 4. Which that means that every month or every 4 issues of Future Ends, I'm going to make a video. So instead to do one single video weekly, so I'm going to make one video covering 4 issues of Future Ends each month. So from issue number 1 of Future Ends up to 4, well, basically we have a bunch of characters. We got Rifter, we got Mr. Terrific, we got Shade, we got Lois Lane, we got Red Robin, we got Batman from the future. What's his name? Forgot his name. Batman something. Anyway, the thing is that Batman, he came from the story takes 5 years in the future. And so far, what I understand so far is that it's kind of like the consequences of a war that happened before this story, which eventually is going to happen, I believe, next year. It's going to be a war between Earth 2 and Earth 1, or Prime Earth with Earth 2. So this is kind of like the consequences about that war. So in the beginning we see that Green Arrow, he died thanks to Firestorm, because Firestorm, well, the thing about Firestorm is that it's like you have 2 different persons that they have to be together so that way they can change into Firestorm. So while one of them takes the shape of Firestorm, the other person is into his mind or subconscious. So they kind of talk to each other. But whoever is around, they might think that they're talking, that Firestorm is talking to himself, which actually he has the other person inside his head. And they can switch places from one to the other, which is pretty cool. So the thing is that Green Arrow died because Firestorm, the white guy, the blonde guy, well, Green Arrow, he asked for himself. He asked for help. But Firestorm did not pay attention to him because he was doing his superhero duties with his girlfriend. And he did not pay attention to him. So his friend went looking for him and said, look, Green Arrow, he needs our help. So finally he convinced the other guy, and they turned into Firestorm, and they flew away to where the cold came from, only to be 1 hour late. And Green Arrow was already dead. So everybody is blaming Firestorm. The Justice League is blaming Firestorm, even though his partner, the other half of Firestorm. So then after all that happened, we also see that Mr. Terrific. Now, Mr. Terrific on this Future End, I see him if you excuse my expression, he's an asshole. Oh, believe me, he's an asshole. But the kind of asshole that you love to hate. If that makes any sense. The thing is that Mr. Terrific, he created a company, Terrific Tech, with all these high-tech computers and all that stuff. So he kind of like created kind of like a satellite cell phone, I'm not sure what it is, where all the phones around the world will be connected in one place. So it's going to be more easier to access to information, internet, and all kinds of stuff. But behind that, it's kind of like a way to control people. That's how I see Mr. Terrific. So, Mr. Terrific, besides being an asshole, he's obnoxious. He's so full of himself that he don't know what to do with himself. I don't know how he can put up with himself, being so full of it. He thinks that he's God gifted to women. Oh, believe me. So I mean, you can think anything you want, and it will describe Mr. Terrific. That's just part of the story. The thing is, we have different stories going on this future end. And then we see Rifter, that people see him as a mass murderer, because you see him like into a killing spree. It's like he's killing everybody. But according to the story, we all know that all those people that he killed, including kids, they're all aliens, because he has the ability to see behind the disguise of the aliens. So for the rest of the world, he's killing innocent people, while he sees that he's killing aliens, which is true. That's just part of the story. Also, we have that Lois Lane, she got like a box. I mean, the story is very clear story, and I'm very intrigued about it. And I have to say that it's really good. I like it. She got a box. She opened it up and she see a matchbox and some numbers and be here alone, trust no one. You go like, okay, what that can be. Well, anyway, she ended up in the bar. In that bar, we all know how Lois Lane is, that she's kind of like, when she wants something, she goes after it. It's like she doesn't take no for an answer. That's why she's always in trouble. So she go to the bar and she see the barkeeper or the owner of the bar, which happens to be Red Robin. Now, Red Robin is supposed to be dead in the war, but apparently he's alive. And then we have the Mr. Terrific. He's worried about this new Batman, the Batman from the future, the one that can fly. I forgot his name. Anyway, so he's kind of worried because Batman came from the future to this time, or he went to the future. No, he came from the future to end up in our future, which happens to be on their time. If that makes any sense. I mean, that's the thing about time travel stories. It's kind of hard to explain how it is. So I'm going to make it more clear possible. So anyway, regardless real time or not, don't worry about it. So the future Batman, he came to the past, which happens to be our future, 5 years in the future, to stop Mr. Terrific creating the Brother Eye. Because Brother Eye happens to be that Brother Eye is the responsible for what happened. It was the reason why the war started. Now, they're telling the story little bits about a war that already happened 5 years in the future, but we don't know about it because we haven't arrived to the point in time about that war. Are you following me? I hope so. So, they don't explain too much about that war. So far, not about the war is like a war between Earth 1, our Earth, or Prime Earth, with Earth 2. And Darkseid have to do something with it. So, they just giving you little bits and pieces of the war. I guess they don't want to give too much. I think that they do not want to give too much. So by the time, because they will give too much, by the time when that event shows up, well, we're going to be like, so why am I going to buy it for if I already know what happened? They're just giving you little bits and pieces. So we see that Batman, he talks to Alfred, which happens to be kind of like a computer, which is kind of like a computer that is being descended from the real Alfred. They don't tell too much, but what I read so far on the story, that's what, that's at least what it sounds like. So, Batman is here to stop Mr. Terrific from launching Brother Eye, which is the reason why of the war. Kind of like Terminator, or Back to the Future, kind of like that. So, in top of that, we see that Shade is searching for Frankenstein, as we see here. Because Father needs Frankenstein because a spaceship where Stonewatch was, which also Hawkman was part of that Stonewatch team, was out of space. And that ship just or either destroyed or lost or something. So Father needs Frankenstein and the lady was what is her name? I forgot. Let's see if I can find her name is. Yes, Princess Amaya of Jane World, as we can see here. And Father happens to be the little girl with the glasses, which happens to be, she's kind of like a pain in the ass. So, because they need them to send into outer space to search for the spaceship. But the thing is, they're not going to travel in a conventional way, as we all know in the comic book world. Actually, they're going to take a shortcut. They're kind of like, they're going to take a shortcut and go around the space. That's what the story says. But hey, in comic books, anything can happen. So the thing is that they're gonna take a shortcut through the Phantom Zone. How that's gonna work out? Well, I will let you know in the next video. So we have Frankenstein, we got Shade, we got Lois Lane, we got Red Robin, we got Batman from the future, we got Mr. Terrific, we got Stonewatch. Well, Stonewatch only happened to be in 2 pages and they were gone. And let's see what else. So we have like 3 or 4 different stories in one. Maybe that's why they did it weekly. But each comic book is kind of like divided in 2. I mean, we have the main story, which I believe the main story is with Rifter. Now with the Frankenstein and all that, that's just more like a side story. And Mr. Terrific, Mr. Asshole, if you excuse my English, he's also part of the main story. Because he's the reason why the war started between Prime Earth and Earth 2. That's at least that's what I understood so far. Hey, maybe I'm mistaken. Some of you understand it. If some of you understood the story different than I, well, hey, don't be shy. Let me know. Put them on the comments and let me know. Let's see what else. I guess I basically covered everything. So it's like we have a main story and not a main story at the same time. That I am intrigued by it? Yes, I am. Let's see what else. We got the story with the Firestorm. Eventually Firestorm, they split in half. I mean, they just split up. So they are not going to be partners anymore. So there will be no more Firestorm. Kind of like Firestorm quit being Firestorm. Let's see what else. We got the that Red Robin happens to be alive, like I said, mentioned it before. Let's see what else. We got the thing with Green Arrow. Issue number 2, it was nice. How all the superheroes they were talking about Green Arrow, what he did, because also because actually in issue number 2 it gives you a background of how the war was or what happened. So we know, at least I know, that refugees from Earth 2, they are refuge in our planet, Earth Prime, or the planet, or Earth New 52. Let's see what else. We got Frankenstein. Let's see if I left something out. Nope. I guess I have everything set up. Oh, also that Lois Lane, she found out that Red Robin, who Red Robin is, and also Red Robin is kind of worried. He's kind of like suspicious about this new Batman. Because according to the story, they haven't mentioned Batman. They haven't mentioned if he's the Batman as we know, if he's alive or dead. They haven't mentioned it yet, so I don't know what's going to happen. So let's see what else. And we got issue number 4, which happened to be with the Frankenstein, the father, and the chick from Gem World. Let's see what else. And Lois Lane should find out the secret identity with Red Robin. And also we got this guy. His name is one of them, his name is Plastique. And the other one is Coil. So the thing is, they're kind of like a team of thugs that they want to get to break in into a building. Now that building happens to be the building of Mr. Terrific, which happens to be, it's more difficult to get into Mr. Terrific building than getting into the Fort Knox. But Batman did it. Because Mr. Terrific, he took all the measures to make sure that nobody goes in. But he forgot, if somebody goes in, he forgot to make sure that whatever goes in doesn't go out. But he left the door open. So that's a mistake that he did, which eventually he's going to fix it later. So we see that Rifter is still killing aliens. Oh, and also, this guy, forgot his name. Yeah, Faraday. He gave Rifter a call on the phone, obviously. And while they are talking, Faraday just kind of sneaked behind him and shot him on the back. And after he shot him, he told Rifter, look, after I shot you, well, you're going to be on bed because you're going to be on a wheelchair. You're going to be able to walk. And he just walked away. That was the end of issue number 4. Overall, and that's what the story is all about. So overall, the story, I would give it 4 out of 5. Because, like I said, it got my attention and have kept my attention. I'm very intrigued about what's going to happen next, on the next issue. And that's what I like about Future End. The story is a little bit, sometimes it gets to be like kind of like all over the place, kind of hard to follow. But once that you start reading, you get, it's kind of like you finally get into the right track to follow the story. I would give it 4 out of 5. That I should recommend it? Well, it's a weekly comic book. Some of you may not like the idea of a weekly comic book, but you can always wait on a trade. I don't know how many issues will be on a trade. I assume will be 6 issues. So the first trade won't be too long to be published. So that I should recommend it. Yeah. Oh, also, the story doesn't take place, like I say, it takes place 5 years in the future, but doesn't have nothing to do with the storylines that the New 52 are publishing right now. Like I said, that's 5 years in the future. So that's it, guys. That's all I have to say. Those are my thoughts about Future End from issue number 1 and through issue number 4. So my next video will be from issue number 5 to issue number 8. So it's gonna be 1 month Future End video. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like the video. Till later. Bye.